It's a hand. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you all for attending this session today. So my name is Houpeline. I'm the head of the low carbon solutions and business development department at the Polymers business unit at TotalEnergy. And indeed, I'm here today to talk about our Polymers vision and our integral approach for high value applications and circularity. Is there a... Where's he going? Yeah, I should pause the slide.
The clicker is here, I guess.
It's here. Okay. No. Okay, so very happy to be here today and have the opportunity to talk about our integral approach for polymers and for sustainability. It's rethink the use, reduce the impact, and recycle and develop circularity. But let me just take a few minutes first to tell you who we are and what we do in polymers at TotalEnergy. So first, TotalEnergy is a global, integrated, multi-energy company. And at TotalEnergy, we firmly believe in this integrated model. It's quite important for us, and we applicate it to all the products that we produce, market, and sell. And why is it important? Because also the Polymers business unit leverages this global footprint and leverages this integration from actually oil, natural gas, oil and natural gas that we produce through our refineries, where we make then the feedstock that goes into our steam crackers, and there we make the feedstock for our polymer plants. And why is it so important? Because it gives us a certain resilience. It will not have escaped you that in Europe, especially in Europe, the times are quite tough these days, and this integrated model, it allows us to stay on course and to deliver on our ambitions. Who are we in the world? We're a global leader in polymers. We have a full broad product range, as well virgin polymers as circular polymers. We produce around 3.1 million tons of polypropylene per year, 2.7 million tons of polyethylene, and 1 million tons of polystyrene. Global footprint, a lot of legacy and sites which we have in Europe where we're still investing in. We are present in the US, in Asia, with our plants in Korea, and of course in the Middle East. And then just to mention the red dots that you see that are our integrated platforms. I was talking about integration before. They are at the heart of our strategy. And you see that in every region we have one or several integrated platforms. We have sales in over 80 countries. We serve more than 200 applications. Again, it showcases the breadth of our product portfolio and our global reach. We have an ambition to grow in petrochemicals. First of all, in the differentiation of our products. We promote high-value applications where actually the unique properties of our polymers can make the difference, such as in medical applications, construction, automotive, and if you look at packaging, also food contact packaging. And we keep on investing in asset-based, which have advantage feedstock. Together with our partner Borealis, we have a joint venture in the US, Baystar, where we invested in a 1 million ton per year ethane cracker and a 500 kilotons polyethylene plant. And our latest development is Emerald project in Saudi Arabia, mixed feed cracker of 1.6 million tons and 2 polyethylene lines of 500 kilotons each, which will start up in 2027. This brings us to our circular ambition. 1 million tons of circular polymers by 2030. For this, we have designed or started a new product range, which we call Rethink, which comprises of reuse. These are circular polymers produced by way of mechanical recycling, incorporating post-consumer recyclates and post-industrial recyclates. Rebuild. This is our circular polymers that are produced via chemical recycling, where we incorporate hard-to-recycle plastic waste. And the renewable, these are our bio-based polymers, either biosource from vegetable oil and used cooking oil, where we go through our biorefineries and then make polymers. Or either we have a joint venture with Corbion, where you saw Thomas just here before in the PLA section, where we have a 75 kiloton plant and a business there. So now this inscribes itself in our integral approach. Integral approach is based on 3 pillars. And why an integral approach? Because our polymers needs to be sustainable. It means the full polymer range that we have needs to be sustainable to be able to offer to our customers and the customers of our customers the unique properties of these polymers and address at the same time the end-of-life challenges we have with our polymers. First, rethink the use. Rethink the use means promoting durable and high-value applications, which I just referenced to, but it also talks about developing eco-design. It's developing our virgin polymers so that they can go into applications. We can discuss monolayer applications or multi-layer applications, but made of the same polymer, so that in the end, the recyclability of these polymers is enhanced. Reduce the impact, that talks for itself. Reduce the impacts, it's reducing the environment footprint of our own production sites. We are continuing investing in lowering the carbon footprint of our own production sites. And it's also about avoiding that polymers seep into the environment. All our plants have been certified, the last one was actually last year, have been certified by the initiative Ocean Clean Sweep. For this reason. And reduce the environmental impact of our products. That talks to pushing the boundaries of our products to allow, for instance, further down-gauging of our products, which means we use less material for the same application. And then the third pillar is to recycle and develop the circularity. Important there is the complementarity of recycling technologies. We will need all recycling technologies to tackle the end-of-life challenges for polymers. This means as well mechanical as chemical recycling technologies. And we are also active investing in developing the use of biopolymers, which enables the use to reduce the carbon footprint of our polymers. And I will end with 5, I think there are 5 examples of how do we actually, in practice, transfer or translate our strategy based on these 3 pillars. Down-gauging for film applications. It's through our Lumicine Super Tough and our Lumicine Great Slate. We make it through our proprietary metallocene catalyst technology. It's first rethink the use. Together with our partner, we have created different applications which are now 100% recyclable and reduce the impact. Thanks to these products, we have resealable barriers in standard pouch, and we can achieve 30% of down-gauging versus PET structures were there before. And we have developed a non-laminated deep freeze bag. There we go up to 50% of down-gauging. Very low linear density polyethylene, another example, brand name Lumicine Super Tough. Here it's really rethinking the use. It's enhancing the recyclability in stretch hood applications because we replace EVA that was used, and EVA later on in the recycling stream creates some problems for the recyclability. Reduce the impact, replacement of plastomers in sealing layers application. You can directly seal these grades and reducing the cost and material use. Closing the loop in the automotive market. This is in preparation of the ELV, so end-of-life vehicle regulation that is being voted these days. It's working together with our partners, and you must have heard, I've said many times now, partners in this presentation. It is to show that recycling and developing recycling, rethinking also the use is a work not only from a polymer producer, but it's a work which combines, for one hand, the feedstock producer, polymer producer, and in the end also the transformer. So coming back to these end-of-life vehicles, we work with several car manufacturers, where actually they are, because they have the knowledge of the second-hand car market to take these cars, to dismantle them. They deliver to us the recycled plastics. And we, with our knowledge of formulation, our knowledge of compounding, remake compounds which they can reuse then in new cars, and we can go up to 100% recycled of polypropylene compounds doing like this. Pipes speaks for itself. It actually ticks the 3 boxes: reuse, rebuild, and renewable. Rethink the use, so pipes in plastic pipes, polyethylene pipes, we can lower with 25 to 45% the greenhouse gas emissions versus other alternatives. These pipes have, due to their unique properties, have up to 100 years of lifetime, and so they avoid water leakages and preserve the water resource. And recycle and develop circularity. We have a complementary portfolio depending on what the requirements for the pipes are. Safety requirements, legal requirements. We go from mechanical recycling up into advanced recycled polymers, and including also biopolymers, which we can offer to these applications. And then the last one, incorporating circular polymers in oil and lubricant pouch applications. Again, there is Rethink the use. It's a recyclable polyethylene polyamide structure. Actually, the polyamide film inside for barrier is a very, very thin film and makes up only less than 5% of the total polymer content which is in the packaging, which makes it recyclable. And by a switch from rigid to flexible packaging also for oil and lubricant applications, we can reduce up to 83% of polymer material used in this packaging. And there is a layer inside there that incorporates 35% of, or even higher, but it ends up in 35% of recycled post-consumer waste from mechanical recycling. So these are 3 pillars: rethink the use, reduce the impact, and recycle and develop circularity. So I would now open up the floor to questions. Thank you.
Somebody open the, thank you very much. Big applause, thank you for this insight. I think we can put this here. So let's have some talk about the content. First of all, you are from business, so I ask you something that is not directly related to what we talked then later about your strategy. Global companies, and you have shown us the slide of the entire world, have stress in Europe at the time being. Some of them might have even raised doubts that they will stay in Europe. So the very open question to you, you know, we are entre nous, as we can say here. You can answer very trustful. So in all of us, we keep it close. So is TotalEnergies will stay in Europe, or are you on the way abroad in other areas?
Well, there's a very simple answer to that. We are here to stay. TotalEnergies is committed to Europe. We believe that there is a lot of value of having local producers. A lot of value that we have created also over the years through the collaborations we had with our customers in developing tailor-made specific solutions for our customers. So when it refers actually to the integrated model I talked about first, we are here in Europe, we are here to stay in Europe, and it's something which is actually very valuable and for us.
Thank you very much for the question. I think many of our business partners and customers have raised also these questions in the last weeks, maybe here even on the K Fair. So coming back to your circular ambition of TotalEnergies and the integral approach, you said 1 million tons of TotalEnergies polymers are planned to be circular by 2030. So that is that raised for me the question, and I have not digged in all your documents. Where are you today, and how you would like to come to this 1 million ton?
Well, today we've been working on it quite a lot. We're actually in the beginning of the ramp-up phase. In 2024, we have around 90 kilotons of circular polymers. Yep. So still a way to go to the 1 million ton. Just how did we get already to the 90 million tons? We have invested, started a journey in 2019. I think we invested in a first plant in mechanical compounding plant in France, which is called Sinova. In 23, we added a second plant, Iberesinas, which is in Spain. Both of them, we have doubled in the meantime their capacity. So the capacity now is around 90 kilotons if you add both of them. We just added a new line for the automotive business in Carlin, in our production plant. So that's for the mechanical recycling. Which is important, is as I said, is the complementarity between different recycling technologies. So we're also investing in chemical recycling. We will start up in the following months the first commercial unit in France of chemical recycling, able to treat about 15 kilotons of hard to recycle waste. And we have a lot of other plans of investment.
Which kind of technology? That is pyrolysis? Or
it is this one is a pyrolysis.
Okay.
Is a pyrolysis-based unit.
Will treat polyolefins, I think.
Yes, yeah, it is to treat polyolefins.
Yeah.
But your question raises another question. We have an ambition, and I guess most of our peers have ambition, but it's a polymer producer cannot reach an ambition all by itself. It is together with society. Yeah. It means to reach this ambition, we need to create an environment where we can invest and keep on investing to reach to this 1 million tons. It means also that we have to work together with our partners, because if you talk about recycling, you talked about feedstock, and we talk about the quality of feedstock, about having partners that can produce this feedstock. But more importantly, at the end, we have to have an end market. Mm-hmm. If we don't have an end market, then okay, we can build all the plants that we'll have, but if they don't turn, then we don't have any circular polymers. And especially for Europe, it means that we need to have a regulation which is supportive for recycling activities. Yep. If we look today at the recycling market, it's very, very, very tough. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have, as I said, an integrated model, so we are able to weather these tough times, but you can open the different news. I think there are quite some smaller recycling companies that are going out of business because the market for the moment is not supported by regulations. Okay, they will come in 2030, 2032. Yep. Mm-hmm. But Europe needs to be clear on these regulations, needs to stay the course, and secondly, needs to create a level playing field with what's happening outside of Europe, mm-hmm. which is quite important also. If this is not done, then of course necessary investments are in danger of going to somewhere else in the world.
Yeah. So you mentioned that needs also contribution from society. Do you have, and you mentioned also some partners along the value chain. Are there additional ones that you did not mention yet, or in the process to come fully circular?
I talked about the feedstock.
Yeah.
I should talk about also our customers. And that's why I emphasized also the collaboration that we have more and more also on this. Yep. If you make reference to eco-design, for instance, we cannot, as a polymer producer, do the eco-design ourselves. We are pushing the boundaries of our polymers, developing new grades, and then working very closely together with our partners. And we had some very nice examples that we have been able to showcase here at the CAFER. To go further, to make these products recyclable. And then, of course, it's the whole, then it comes back, and that's why it's circularity. We have to be able to take them out of the bins or out of the collection points where they're put and feed them back into a circular loop. Yeah.
I heard the other day here on the K Fair that somebody says, okay, it would be ideal if chemical companies would think about a new business model, not selling products, but having carbon as a service. You know, we know washing machines as a service or cleaning as a service that we all know. There are models. Let's assume they would run economically. What could be carbon as a service mean for a carbon-based company?
Well, for me, carbon as a service, just to what just to go into that way, what we actually did is we started, I think, 2 years ago, and I'm very proud that we now finished this. We made the life cycle analysis of all our products.
Yep.
These are available on demand for all our customers, and through our whole portfolio. Now the customers can then have a look and make a decision, knowing actually what they are buying, knowing what is the carbon footprint of a different polymer, recycled polymer, renewable polymer compound that we are buying from TotalEnergies. And so then they can factor that in to be able to reach their ambitions down the line.
Okay.
So I think that is one example for how we are, let's say, making it transparent and helping so forward that the decisions could be taken also on based on the carbon impact. And that's where we want to make a difference as well.
And I can imagine that sometimes you sell products that is not easy to get back to. For example, if you so carbon as a service would mean I just lease my carbon and take it afterwards back. But it is if I think about another business part of TotalEnergy is what is selling fuel, that is difficult to get the carbon back then afterwards. But maybe with plastics and plastic application might be easier. For example, if you sell it to the car industry and afterwards, let's assume the car stays in Europe, what is not the case in all times. But then it could be an idea to take this carbon back, and you take the ownership about your carbon or your plastic. But that is the idea behind. I think there has to be
picking in on that is indeed. Even for fuels, well, we are at the plastic, so I won't talk too much about fuels. But just to remind, we do have a net zero target for all of TotalEnergies also by 2050. And there are ways with carbon capture that we can compensate for certain carbon emissions that comes from our other activities. For polymers, indeed, we can talk about closed loops. That's actually one of the examples I had. It's a closed loop in the automotive sector. But again, it comes working together with partners. I mean, as a polymer producer, we cannot be on every front and track all of our polymers, where did they go, in which application, and where they are reused and are coming back. It's actually building a whole ecosystem where every partner in the supply chain needs to be a bit of himself. And we are totally committed in helping there and creating certain pools and certain markets to help some of our feedstock suppliers also to reach this full circularity. But that's where you see, and I think that's also interesting in recycling, maybe a bit exciting about it, but it really makes this close collaboration much, much more important. And it also makes, let's say, locally, you can think about regionally, locally, quite an important milestone area.
Is there any question here from the audience to Tom?